My name's Councillor Keith Kandaka, and this is a short video asking the question, are we sure that a new cinema is viable as part of the Abbey Street development in Nuneaton? The Abbey Street development was effectively designed in 2019, pre-COVID and under the previous Labour administration. The business case was originally created 3 years ago when interest rates were low and when the share price of cinemas was considerably higher. Today, the Nuneaton News reports that the foundations of the cinema will soon be starting, and I'm very worried. First, I'd like to play a clip from a scrutiny meeting in December 2022 when I asked these questions after a presentation from officers.
In terms of moving that forward, we are at legal stages now with a new cinema operator and a leisure provider. It's anticipated that early in the new year we will have completed that process and be in a position to formally announce who those providers are.
Absolutely horrified to learn that we're paying to build a cinema. We shouldn't have paid to build the hotel at entirely our own risk. A cinema operator can come in, if they're just leasing it, they can go broke within a year with all the Netflix, all the changes. To actually have the council owning a cinema as a building and then taking 100% of the financial risk of the cost of building it is an absolutely suicidal thing to do. At least the hotel, we all disagree, I think they're building it too big, but if it gets some empty rooms, it might lose £100,000 a year rather than gain £100,000. You have a cinema you've paid to build and the cinema industry goes pear-shaped, which it's very well likely to do. You've ended up with a massive 30-year mortgage paying on a building that we own. Well, there's no way we should be taking the risk on some of these things. We should be at least sharing the risk 50-50 with an operator, so at least there's someone else's money in the game. To build a cinema at our risk with our council taxpayers' money is suicidally stupid. Thank you, Chair. Sadly, I didn't get a response at the meeting from officers or the cabinet members about the cinema and its viability, so I asked a question at the next full council on the 14th of December. Mr Mayor, this is for the leader of the council. I assume the deputy leader will sub in. I'm very concerned by the comments made at last week's scrutiny meeting that imply that the council is about to agree to build a cinema fully at the council taxpayers' expense on the Abbey Street development and separately will appoint an operator to run it. Cinemas have occupancy levels around 15% and are very dependent upon discretionary spending. We know that they have not fully recovered from the impact of the pandemic, and the Bank of England is expecting us to have the longest recession since the 1920s. The idea of a second cinema in the borough comes from a 7-year-old report investigating the possibilities of a small independent cinemas in Warwickshire, and that's now in the public domain as we got it under the Freedom of Information request today. Given the significant risks of building a cinema carries, will the leader of the council confirm that the project is subject to an updated, robust business case, that it will require no public long-term public subsidy, and that the taxpayer has some protection should the operator fail? Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Conacor. Councillor Golby, did you wish to respond to that?
The leader will actually provide a written response.
Okay, thank you.
The written response I had is very vague, and clearly in the next 7 months we've made no progress. I'm very worried about the council making this investment in building a cinema, and would like the public to ask questions as well. Thank you for watching this video.